Well, hello everybody. Welcome to In the Kitchen with Tally Faye. Hadn't seen you in a while again. I get so busy, there's just not enough time for me. I don't know. But I try to get them in and stuff when I can. I love doing it, and showing y'all the recipes I've learned and ones that I've found and stuff and everything. And today that is going to be one of those that I found. I have not tried this, but I'm willing to try it. Buzz is making, he's going to cook us the big country style pork ribs on the pit tonight. And I get so tired of eating potato salad and baked beans, potato salad and baked beans. You know how you do that? And I don't know. I get tired of eating that. So, and if you don't like onions, just roll on, because this is an onion dish. It's called onion bake. Okay? Don't be tripping. Don't be tripping. I'm going to put my stuff down here a little bit where you can see better. But I have a pile of onions here, y'all, that I've cut up. And I've cut them up real thin, in thin slices and stuff. I left one, and all I did was peel them, cut them in half, and I just take them and just slice them like this in little, oh man, let me do it right down here. There we go. Slice them like this in just little thin slices, right? Real thin. I mean, they ain't got to be paper thin, but you want them thin. Okay? And so this was 5 onions. 5 like medium onions, right? Okay? And I have over here on my stove, let me put this back up here. I have my cast iron skillet that I fried 6 pieces of bacon in. And you fry it real slow so it won't burn. And that way you can take it and crumble it. See, then you can crumble it and get your crumbles. If you fry it fast, it'll burn it. And the taste isn't as good. So I took my skillet and I poured up most of my bacon grease or whatever, but I left me just a little bit in there because I have my fire going under it right now, and I'm fixing to put all these onions. Now, I may not be able to get them all in there. I don't know yet. We'll see. Because this isn't an exact measurement on these onions, I don't believe. Anyway, I've got them all done and everything. I'm going to get my grease hot, and I'm going to kind of saute these just a little bit, not a whole bunch, because we're going to put these in a dish. And in this dish, I have a half a block of cream cheese, and it's at room temperature. And I kind of got it chopped up a little bit where I can get it stirred up, okay? And then I have 1/3 cup of whole milk that I'm going to dump in there with my cream cheese. And I need to melt my butter. I have a half a stick of butter. I'm going to go ahead and put that in here and melt it. And I have a half a stick of butter there that I'm going to melt, that we're going to pour over these onions after I saute them in that skillet, okay? And then I have 1/4 cup of pimentos. If you don't like them, I don't see where it matter that you put them in there or not, but I've used a 1/4 cup because I have the big jar, and it's nothing but like one of those little jars that you get, so, and you drain them real good. And then I have me 1 big old cup of shredded cheddar that's going to go on the top, along with my bacon bits. All that's going to stir together. But I want to get my onions going now in my bacon grease over here. And we're going to put salt and pepper in there as well. Get these onions. I'm kind of thinking that they'll cook down a little bit. You know how like cabbage does? So if I'm going to saute them in there like that, it's going to cook them down just a little. And they don't have to be sauteed all the way. I just don't want to put them in there raw in the baking dish and then do this thing and they still, what I call hot. It makes them hot. If you do this sauteing thing to them, it brings that sugar out in them, right? And, if you like onions that are sauteed and stuff, like the grilled onions that you get with fajitas and stuff like that, you just might like this. I don't know. I thought it sounded good, and I thought it sounded good with a barbecued pork dish. So it's going to be one of my side dishes along with this crazy little salad thing that I make. And I just might show that to y'all one day. And it's going to sound crazy to you, but all my stuff is crazy, I guess. I don't know. Either way, I just like cooking these dishes, right? So we're going to saute these up. And I have my oven preheating at 400 degrees. Because we're going to cook this thing hot in the oven for 30 minutes. Let me get these onions a little bit sauteed in here. And I'll get me a baking dish out. I think I'm going to get like I guess a 9 by 13. But I have some that they're not quite that big. You know that one that's just shy of a 9 by 13? Because I don't want it to be, you know, too spread out, too shallow. You want some thickness in there. But let's go ahead while the onions are doing that and see if we can get this stirred up. Okay, here is my half a block, 4 ounces, a half a block of cream cheese, a 1/3 cup of whole milk. Let me see if I can get this to stir together. This might be a little bit of a challenge. I had the milk sitting out as well, so I was hoping it would help it stir together good. Do your milk and your cream cheese in here. And I don't think it has to be like, you know, perfectly stirred up, but you still want it mixed kind of good in there. Pull it a little closer here maybe, so you can see what I'm doing more. Somewhat anyway. Using me a fork on it just to break it up some. I might have could have heated it a little bit, you know, to make it stir a little better, but that's not going to bother me as long as I've got it basically. Okay, and it calls for a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper, so we're going to measure it just because. Okay, all right, teaspoon of salt in there. And I like the coarse pepper in mine. I like to be able to get a bite of pepper. I don't like that old fine grind if I can help it. I do have it, but, you know, I like the bigger pepper. Okay, teaspoon of each of those. Stir on that a second. Y'all, I think this is going to be good. I mean, I love those onions like you get when they're sauteed on it or grilled on it hot skillet, iron skillet thing and stuff, the grill for the fajitas and all that. I love the grilled pepper and grilled onions and bell pepper. Okay, go ahead and put our pimentos in here and our bacon. Okay, all right, let's stir that up together. You see how that's doing? Okay, so that's our salt, pepper, bacon, pimento, cream cheese, and whole milk. That's what's in there. Okay? Now, let me stir these onions a minute to see how they're coming. Get a little bit of that sugar to come out of them. I don't want them to be all, and these are some great onions. These are onions Buzz grew in the garden, and they're already sweet this year. They made the best onion rings, y'all. Homemade onion rings. Oh my goodness. Those onions are so sweet like that and everything, but you know, doing like this recipe here, you know, it's not like there's a crust or something on them to go along with a bite of onion. This is baked onions, hence onion bake, right? So I'm going to get me a dish here. I should have done half out. It's always an afterthought, right? And see, I'm going to use one of these Corning ones. And you know, it doesn't have I don't see anywhere on it where it says, uh-oh, wait a minute there. There we are. It says 9 by 13 by 2. I think what it is they're more shallow than the the normal 9 by 13 cake pans that we bake in. I think the thing is smaller. I've done stuff in. I cook in them all the time, and I just think they have a smaller reservoir in them. So I think it's going to work perfect for this onion dish that we're going to be working on here. Okay, I've got my butter melted. So the next thing we're going to do, I want to make sure I got it on my, that's all I'm going to do on them onions. You could do them a little bit longer because I'm rushed for time. I'm rushing them a little bit, but it does, you know, I mean, I'm good with that. But you could do them a little bit longer until they get just a little bit more brown, you know. That might make them good. But I know that these onions in particular are sweet already, so I'm not too worried about the sweetness part not being there. Okay, I'm going to take these and dump them in my skillet, just like that. I'm not worried about oil in this thing because I cooked all these onions in bacon grease, right? I mean, that sucker shouldn't stick. You wouldn't think it would anyway. Okay, now spread my onions out. Do it like that, and now we're going to take this butter and try to pour it over them kind of evenly all over it as best you can. Half a stick of melted butter, okay? Let's see here, where's my, I thought I had another spoon. Grab me one here. I'm going to stir that up just to make sure that I have the onions and butter kind of distributed evenly. It already smells wonderful, y'all, with that bacon and onion. I mean, anybody knows that goes great together. So, and I didn't use a whole lot of bacon grease now. You don't want to, you know, have them dripping in oil, but you do want it enough in there that it'll work like for it. Okay, we're going to take our mixture here, and we're going to just take it and try to distribute it out over this because we're going to stir it around in there. The cream cheese just ought to be, you know, delicious in there, y'all. Cream cheese and bacon. I mean, my goodness. And the salt and pepper to set it off. A little pimentos here and there. Okay, so we're just going to take this and stir it around. Get it stirred in there really good. Or, you know, evenly as best as you can. Look how easy this is to do, though. I mean, you cut and peel like 5, you know, medium onions, I guess. Really and truly, I mean, you could like half this recipe if it was just, you know, you didn't want a whole 9 by 13 dish, say you want a little 8 by 8 dish or something. Okay, can you see how that's kind of distributed in there like that? See it? Okay, that's all stirred up together. We're going to take us some foil. Put you some foil on it. And we're gonna pop this in the oven. You know, like I say, I did 400 degrees on the oven preheated, and we're gonna do this for 30 minutes. And I'll come back and we'll pull it out, take the foil off, and we'll put our cup of shredded cheddar on there, and then pop it back in the oven and let that shredded cheddar melt and go down in there and kind of bubble around and stuff. But I'll put this in the oven and we'll be back, okay? Okay, y'all, it's been 25 minutes, or 30 minutes. What was it, 30? Yeah, 30 minutes since I put them in there. I put them in there just a little less than the 30 minutes because that's what I said, why I said 25. Because I sauteed them in that skillet, and the original recipe that it has doesn't call for them to be sauteed, right? So, here's what we're looking at now. Can you see the little bites of cream cheese and pimento cheese, pimentos and stuff, and bacon? So now we're just going to take our cup of shredded cheddar and just cover it with that. Spread that out all over it like. You can use a little more if you want. I don't know what that'd hurt, but anyway, I'm good with a cup of it on there. That works for me. But we'll take this, and now we're going to set it back in the oven for a few minutes. I'll just watch it. I don't really know how long. And take it out, and we'll see what it looks like. Take a bite of it. We'll find that out together. Put it down there. There we go. Okay. I'll try to time that and see how long I got it in there. So, be back in a second. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. That's all it took. I'm fixing to get it out of there. Get it out and see how it's all bubbling and stuff. Look at that. It's bubbling through and through. And so I'm just going to let that sit. There's no way I can take a bite of it right now. I'll have to do that after a little while and stuff. But we're going to see. I'm going to go ahead and just put my full covering back over it and set it to the side and let it be, because Buzz hasn't even started the ribs yet. So I will have that. We'll have that from the side with this tonight, with his ribs. And like I said, I'm going to figure out some kind of salad or something and do that to go along with our pork. And then I'm fixing to get in here and I'm going to make lemon bars, and I'm going to do a video on that. So y'all try this. If you like onions, it's worthy of trying, right? I mean, I think we're going to like it. It'll be something nice for a change to go with our barbecue. You're always looking for something different, and you just might like it. You never know until you give it a try, right? Well, y'all have a good evening, and thanks for watching, and y'all come back and see me on In the Kitchen with Tally Faye. Love you guys. Okay, y'all. Here's the plate with the onion dish. Look at that. I tell you what, me and Buzz are liking it. It's definitely different, but the taste of it is really good. It's got a good flavor of it and stuff. Tell you what, I'm liking it for sure. It's got a, you taste the bacon with the onion and stuff in there and everything. The cheeses go together well. Anyway, I think it's good. If you like onions, you need to try it. And this is that salad I was telling y'all about. This is literally nothing but boiled eggs and lettuce and mayonnaise and poppy seed and salt and pepper in there. And y'all, if you like, it's kind of like an egg salad taste to you because you put a lot of eggs in there. But if y'all want me to, I'll show you how I do that. I learned that from one of my favorite YouTube ladies. Actually, Facebook ladies. But looky there, look at Buzz's country style pork ribs there. He does a great job on them. But there we are. And we're going to have those lemon bars for dessert. And I'm going to finish my video on them after a little while. Good eating, y'all. In the Kitchen with Tally Faye.